What's up, everyone? Christian Duke, MD Noble Weekly, episode 14, brought to you courtesy of IronMagLabs.com. Today is Wednesday, September 20th, post-Olympia edition. I don't know what the judges were thinking to give Phil Heath a perfect score and his seventh standout to Mr. Olympia. He had a big old pregnant gut during the prejudging, and last I checked, the prejudging is where you win the shows. Big Ramy took second. He could have had a little bit better thigh separation, but definitely deserved the win. Didn't get it. Big shocker there. William Bonac looked near perfect, and Dexter Jackson looked phenomenal. Quite frankly, that should have been the top three. Big Ramy, Bonac, and Dexter Jackson. Phil Heath not only should not have won, should not have been in the top three. It's a huge disservice to the sport of bodybuilding personally. And every single front pose is compromised because of that gut. Whether it's the front double bicep, whether it's the most muscular, whether it's the front lat spread. You can't even have an ab and thigh if you got a big old bubble gut. So honestly, I just don't know what they were thinking. Also in terms of the Mr. Olympia, the next day, Phil Heath made a horrible Instagram video attacking Louis Marco and his hundreds of thousands of subscribers, calling them hoes and saying bitch this and bitch that, and saying the only thing pregnant was his bank account. I mean, come on, guys. This is the ambassador of bodybuilding. We have Kai Green in India and China and Pakistan promoting bodybuilding. We got this guy disenfranchising fans by the hundreds of thousands. I mean, that is not an ambassadorial quality, and a bubble gut sure as hell is not a physique-based sign of excellence for Mr. Olympia. So I just honestly am so disappointed in the selection of Phil Heath. Flexitron taking fifth, another big surprise, another gift. Not as big of a gift as getting a Mr. Olympia with a bubble gut, but still a pretty big gift. And I've told Flexitron, you need to get rid of Chris Aceto, just like I told Cedric. I mean, honestly, Cedric taking 10th, your Arnold Classic champion taking 10th. I know people are going to make the argument, well, he won the Arnold Classic, but he wasn't up against any top 5 Olympians from the year prior. Well, you know what? That's true, but he also got beat at the Mr. Olympia by people that were not in the top 5 of the Mr. Olympia last year either. So it's just a huge, huge embarrassment. And for Flexitron, who was last year's runner-up, who everybody thought was going to win, I thought was going to win, a lot of people thought was going to win, Pro Subs thought he was going to win, to barely take fifth, when the week before the show he looked fantastic, makes me think something happened in the final 48, which is Chris Aceto's territory. So I don't know, but I just know it was a huge missed opportunity. What was not a missed opportunity was the great coverage of MD at the Olympia, without press passes, mind you. Ron Harris, Steve Blackman, Jordan, everybody did a phenomenal job. Giles did a phenomenal job. I love how he breaks down each class and each champion and competitor. Fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. So MD did a great job. The 212 was very good. Flex Lewis held on. Ashkenani looked really good, but not good enough. The Welsh, British, some European media outlets got it wrong. They said that Flex tied Arnold. That was actually Phil. Minor little error, but Flex really looked great. Juliana got her 4th. Men's Physique Classic, they were good. Bikini was good. Real battle in figure. It was just a great production, great show. Just wasn't happy with the open bodybuilding. A lot of people were focused on the big announcement Saturday night, which actually came Monday morning. It does not affect anybody here in the United States. It's about the IFBB International here in the United States. The NPC is the only vehicle to the IFBB Pro Card, whether it's the Masters Nationals, the North Americans, whether it's the USA's, Masters Nationals, the Team U, or just the U. It's just called the Universe now. Totally unaffected. The NPC is number one. You don't have to worry, and it's the only way to the Pro Card here in the United States. So good stuff on that. This weekend is the Ruby. If you've been following MD forums, if you're not a member, please do so. Join up. It's free, easy. You meet a lot of nice people. The Ruby is this week. We have a big Jason Genova diary thread. That's ongoing thread. He will be taking the stage. He's looking pretty good. So let's see what he does. Also, you guys know that song, Love is in the Air. Well, War is in the Air. Strength Cartel confronted Brad Castleberry, the guy accused of lifting fake weights, and said, why don't you come to my gym or our gym and put up these numbers? Now, Brad looked a little constipated, a little concerned, and after a couple of seconds when he figured out these guys were like as serious as a heart attack, he kind of pranced away. But I don't know if Brad will be going to Strength Cartel's gym, just like Brad did not go to Mark the Machine Low Blinders event just recently in, I think it was Middletown, Ohio. So we'll see what happens. Also in the news, unfortunately, this morning, a friend of mine from 5% Nutrition let me know about some leaked Rich Piana audio that's gone viral all over YouTube. In that audio, Rich confronts his ex-wife, Sarah, about her allegedly stealing from him and her mom allegedly stealing from him and how he wanted both of them out of his house. This was put up alongside some mugshots, allegedly, of Sarah after being nabbed by loss prevention at Saks Fifth Avenue for swiping some bracelets. because Sarah attacked Chanel for going to a pool party with Team 5% and actually having a good time after, months of just complete devastation because of Rich's accident, the time in the hospital, the time on the induced coma, the funeral, and then trying to continue 5% amongst this whole social media frenzy. And so I guess in Sarah's book, Chanel does not have the right to smile and have a good time after all of that, and said shame on her on Instagram. So I guess as a result, this leaked audio came out and the mugshots came out, and it's just a really uncomfortable situation over there. But the reality of the matter is, anybody that attacks Chanel is an enemy of mine. I think Chanel did absolutely everything possible, stood by Rich, before Sarah, after Sarah, during the horrible accident, during the induced coma, after he passed away, by the family, by the company. Chanel has been an absolute angel, and so have so many of the Team 5%ers, the real Team 5%ers, and to attack that company, to attack the team, to attack Chanel is bottom of the barrel, just scumbag type thing to do. And honestly, I'm saying that to anybody that attacks them, you'll have an enemy in me. You say you'll have a friend in me, you'll have an enemy in me is what you'll have, because I don't play that shit. Homie don't play that. I'm saying? In Living Color, great show back in the day. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of MD Noble Weekly, brought to you courtesy of IronMagLabs.com, your go-to source for all your bodybuilding and fitness supplements.